Hey guys, and a happy new year to everyone that we did not catch on live stream last night. And first off and foremost, thank you so much. When we started this channel, we literally had very few subscribers, and we now are sitting at the 300 plus marker. We want to say thank you to all of you that have been here for this long, and to those that are just new to the channel. Hopefully we can continue to up the bar on our content and be able to do this more full time as we grow as a community and as a channel, and we can do this for you guys a lot more and with more dedication. With that being said, let's dive right into what I want to talk about today, and that is cardboard, our favorite thing. So the wonderful thing about 2024 is we have our new set of Fab heavy hitters is coming out. We also have the new Magic set, which is a reprint set from what I have heard and what we talked about last night, and it seems that everything is hinging for Magic and how Magic's year will be on this one set. Second, we also have One Piece, which already came out with its set, so it will be a minute before we get the next one, but hopefully we get that sooner rather than later, or at least it appears to be sooner, even though some time will pass. Then we also have Sorcery, what I've recently been opening and thoroughly enjoying of the gameplay. Haven't had time to film some games, but I hopefully will get to that soon. Sorcery will be getting a potential reprint or not. We are unsure at this time, but it will also set the tone for how Sorcery does in the long run, whether we get a reprint or not. Also, speaking about reprints, that pulls us right into Lorcana. Lorcana is said to be getting more reprints, and rumors are saying that it will be printed into the ground and basically pull card prices so far down because Disney believes that cards should be easily obtainable for everyone. But on the same note, we'll really see how that pans out and if that ends up being true or false in 2024. Now, let's talk about each set individually and what we look forward to in 2024. And first off, heavy hitters, back to my roots of Flesh and Blood, which I started this channel with. Heavy hitters is shaping up to be a fantastic set. Just in essence, a tavern brawl type scenario, but in the arena. And the draft looks really, really fun. Although personally, I wish PvE would get started, but the draft for heavy hitters looks to be a really fun set and how it's going to play out. Also, it looks like it's taking us back to our roots of the original 3 sets of Flesh and Blood, and it's just shaping up to be a fantastic, in essence, old feel set compared to what we currently have and have had in the last couple sets. So that looks like a lot of fun. I'll probably do some hero videos on that coming up soon, so keep your eye on those as well. Now diving into Magic, and like I said, Magic the Gathering is looking really interesting because there's a lot of talk around this reprinted set that is coming out for Magic. And the big thing with this is everyone's saying that this set will set the tone for Magic for the rest of the year. Now, how true that is, like I always say, only time will tell. But if there's this much hinging on this one set, it really leans into the fact of what's really going on with Magic and the gameplay if so many people are depending on just one set to set the tone for the rest of the year. Now, we really won't know. We really can't tell anything. We can't see into the future at this moment. Although one of the people that I watch the most, Rudy, tends to be right more than wrong, and he basically has hedged the bet both ways, putting out both scenarios, whether it fails or succeeds. And it's a really interesting video. I might link it down below if I have time, so I'll see if I have the time for that today. But with that being said, diving right back into what I have been starting to open the most of, thanks to my brother, which is One Piece. One Piece literally is shaping up to be a collector's type game with a heavy player base as well. And the reason I say it this way is because Pokemon, one of the few things that I haven't gone over on this channel, is a very collector-heavy based game more than a player-based game. And the big deal about this is that Pokemon's main attraction is collectors and people collecting the game long term. There's not a huge player basis. Now, there is a player basis, but people say it's like 5% of the overall collector basis. It's very small compared to the gameplay. But the One Piece fans are playing the game just as much as collecting the game, in essence putting it closer to Magic the Gathering in play and collect. But the people that are collecting in Flesh and Blood, in One Piece, mine's all over the board. In One Piece, are collecting more like Pokemon collectors. They're grading, they're getting them sealed up, they're not pulling them out of binders, they're staying very, very protected, safe, and sealed away, where Magic players just don't really care. They'll break things out of hard cases just to put them in binders. It's not the same. So there's a lot of difference there between One Piece and Magic and One Piece and Pokemon. And it really is going to be an interesting year and a next couple of years, in my opinion, to see how the One Piece card game lands out in the market overall. With that being said, the last thing that I've been opening a lot of, thoroughly enjoying, is Sorcery. And Sorcery, I love it because it is old 1993 Magic feel for cards. Foils are hard to hit. Cards actually are fun to chase. You don't just get something in every pack. If you're trying to make a full set of every foiled, every common, and every other card, it's going to be ridiculously hard because of how rare cards are in Sorcery. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope to be able to open more in the future of the first beta as, the channel grows and everything can pan out. But I've opened some old Magic, and the feeling of opening old Magic cards is closer to how Sorcery is. It is just a much more fun experience. If you hit a card that is a unique that's foiled, you are going crazy. It is a fantastic hit. It's like opening old school cards in any game and hitting that chase of chase cards that's just out of this world expensive. That's kind of how all Sorcery feels. Not only that, the gameplay in and of itself, in my opinion, I love so much. I am very much into chess, and it feels like chess in cards. You may have the greatest built deck, but if you do not employ strategy when playing that deck, it is not going to work the way you want it to work. Yes, having a top tier deck and the learning of curve of playing that deck also has a curve of strategy. If you are a great deck builder, but you have no strategy, a simple low-level deck, in essence, a tier 1 deck will beat a tier 10 deck. Strategy is so crucial in Sorcery, and it's one of the few reasons that I really enjoy Sorcery, because I like having that play of not just going, look, my deck's amazing, I don't have to be a great player, and I can beat your low-level deck. And it also takes away the ability of a player being able just to have a high-tier deck versus another high-tier deck, and just wiping the floor with one of them because I'm a better deck player. But you can play your deck to its maximum potential. If you do not play strategy correctly, there's a whole different feel there. So it's kind of got two curves, and you've got to be good at both of them if you want to play well in Sorcery. And as the game continues, I think it'll become more prominent. There's so many new players right now that I don't think people have realized it. So that's where I'm at with Sorcery. Now, last but not least, I've got to open a little. I've mainly opened some for the wife because the wife loves Stitch. And I have been opening a little Lorcana here and there in the hopes of hitting one of the fun Stitch cards to put on her wall of Stitch stuff that she has. So Lorcana seems to be a lot of fun as well. I haven't got to play it. I've watched a couple games. It seems really fun. But overall, that kind of wraps up the beginning of 2024. Now, I'll keep you guys more updated as the year continues to progress and as every Wednesday rolls around. Hopefully, like I said, I can get better at being able to do these things on a frequent basis. But like I said, I'm not full-time at this yet, but I'm very well striving to be. So we love you guys. We'll catch you on the flip side, and we'll see you later this year.